Hi. So it's Eid season, and obviously you need to do a lot of shopping for Eid. So I went to a mall with my brother last night to get myself a kurta, and the mall security said, "Sir, I'm afraid I can't let you guys in." I said, "Why not?" He said, "Sir, it's a family day." I said, "Oh well, what a surprise, because I happen to be with my family. He's my very own brother." So he said, "No, sir, you need to be in a company of a lady." So I said, "Well, I'm lucky enough to have three sisters, but they're all married and they all have kids and they all have their own lives. And my mom hates this mall, so this is the only family I have right now." So he's like, "Sir, I'm afraid I can't help you on this." So I said, "Okay, so you're suggesting that I should go back home and tell my mom to find me a girl, and then let's get married, and then when I have a wife, then I can get into the mall, right?" So he's like, "No, sir, I didn't mean." I said, "Well, what if I need to get my sherwani from this very mall? I mean, I can't come in with my mankuha, because in our culture, you're not supposed to hang out with your mangetar or your mankuha. So what am I gonna do then, like, if I need my sherwani from this very mall?" He said, "Sir, you don't really have to get married to get into a mall. You can just come in with anyone." So I said, "So you mean to say I can get into the mall with any random woman?" He said, "Yeah, pretty much so." So I said, "Then why don't you just call it bring in a random lady day as compared to family day, right?" Okay, so when you say random lady, can I get that fakirni inside? Like, I can promise she'll behave, I'll buy her KFC. He's like, "No, sir, I can't let you do that." I said, "Well, how about the khusra? Does that even count?" He's right there. He's like, "Sir, you're being inappropriate." I said, "Well, you're being inappropriate for, like, saying all these stupid things. So what options do I have now? Can I come in with my girlfriend?" He said, "Yeah, sir, pretty much so." So I said, "Well, if you don't recall, we're living in Pakistan, and how do you meet girls in Pakistan? You meet them in the malls, right? So you're standing there in the mall with your bunch of friends, and you see a group of girls saying hee 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 hee, and you just walk up to one of them and you talk to them and exchange numbers. That's how guys meet women in Pakistan. But I mean, look at me. This is so 1999. I don't do that anymore. I look like a creepy uncle. I can't do that in malls right now. So what other options do I have to find a girlfriend? Right, Facebook. Okay, so I go on Facebook and I choose between Innocent Princess and Angelic Munni, right? And I decide whichever to go out with, and then I add one of them. I talk to her for months and months, and after like 7 months, I ask her to send me a picture, because all her profile pictures are full of Edward and Bella. So she finally sends me a picture of the back of her hand and says कि मैं hand की pic भेज रही हूँ, face खुद imagine कर लेना. I mean, like, do I have to go through all that torture? And then I finally convince her to meet me, and then we go for movies, we go for lunch, we go for dinner, and then one day I say, "Hey, Angelic Munni, do you wanna go to a mall?" And then she's like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" And you know how it's not cost efficient to take a Pakistani girl to a mall, because they expect you to buy stuff, like you need to buy her Sana Safina and whatnot. So finally I take her to the mall, and on the front door it says family day, and the girl starts thinking, "Oh, so are we a family now? Is this relationship going to a next level? Is he going to propose me today? I hope he proposes to me at Gloria Jean's balcony, because I really like the view from it." You know how girls think, right? And in my head I'm thinking, okay, finally I'm in the mall. How do I break up with this girl now? So like, I take her to a food court, I buy her KFC ka zinger, because desi girls like that, and I tell her that, "Hey, Angelic Munni, I really like you and you're really nice, but the thing is, I think we need to go our separate ways from this point on, because all I ever wanted was to get into a mall, and now I'm in the mall, so I don't think we should see each other anymore." I mean, like, do I have to go through all of this to get into this bloody mall? I mean, this is like a lot of emotional pressure on me, so it doesn't make sense. I mean, dude, like, on the back of every Shinakhti card there's a Khandan number. Why can't you just compare the numbers with me and my brother? I mean, don't look at his hair, right? He's blessed with nice hair. So just compare the Khandan number and say, okay, these guys are brothers. Okay, well, we can let them in, they're a family. Dude, if I have to tarufy women, I can do that with my mom around. I've done that all my life. I mean, why do you think I love going to Bohri Bazaar? I did that with her around. So this is just ridiculous, man. Family day, it's just, I don't get it, man.